crazy. Sit back and take it easy. My mind is getting hazy. I do it on the daily. Social distancing. Thank you all for listening. Turn that frown upside down. I can't go to the playground. Stuck inside, but I'm getting by. Got to make the most of it. And the fear the end's not near. Life's a roller coaster. So enjoy the ride. Hello and welcome back to JJ's Garage. As always, I'm your host, JJ. Another special social distancing episode. Try not to talk about COVID and maybe give ideas on how to spend your time. Today's show, I call Anna and Brittany for a short visit, and Connor and I review Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Chrystal Skull, and Transformers. If you're following along with that, next week we have Jurassic Park and Die Hard with a Vengeance. We'll watch those, and next weekend probably give those a little review. Also, 4-song playlist in the description below or playlist tab. And don't forget, we're now available on Apple Podcasts or jjsgarage.podbean.com. And as always, stick around to the end. We'll be microwaving stuff. Got some good stuff in store today. My first guests today are Anna and Brittany, a couple of old pals from the rugby club. Like a lot of my guests lately. We socialize together all the time, and I definitely miss these two. So please welcome my good friends, Anna and Brittany. Okay, hang on here. Okay, let's go. I'll kind of pretend like we're all just saying hi for the first time here. And I'll hit record. Hey, ladies, what's going on?
Hello!
Happy Easter!
Yeah, happy Easter. Holy came snuck up on me here this Easter, but not like I really have any plans.
Yeah, right?
Praise to Jesus.
At least the Easter Bunny's essential. I still got some chocolate.
I did too, that's true.
You guys, what? He missed my house.
You not getting chocolate?
No, I didn't. I'm going to have to buy... Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that. I bet my mom does get me chocolate.
No, JJ, it's the Easter Bunny.
Yeah. JJ, don't ruin it.
I will say that the Easter Bunny was the first one that I knew was phony. You know, before Tooth Fairy, before Santa Claus.
How'd you figure that out?
I was at home, and I think we did it at my mom's house one year. And then the next year, we were like, hey, we're going to your grandma's place. And then I was like, Mom, listen. Yeah, the Easter Bunny knows to go to your grandma's. And for some reason, I was like, Mom, listen. It might have been kids at school or something. I know that the Easter Bunny is all made up.
But you're still like, oh, but the Tooth Fairy and Santa, they're still good, though.
And she was like, I was super young. I don't even know where I got this crazy idea.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but... She didn't lie or say, yeah, he is. She's like, well, you just have to keep the secret for your brother. For my older brother. So it's like... so it's pretty... And then Santa Claus. Do you guys remember learning that Santa Claus was all a big lie?
I cried.
The way I figured it out was I like to snoop, and I was snooping around my house, and I looked in this one thing in my parents' room, and I found all my teeth from, like... When the Tooth Fairy came and took my teeth, my mom is fucking weird and kept them all. I was like, why is there a bunch of teeth in here? And then I was like, the Tooth Fairy's not real. And then I was like, they're all not real.
Yeah, so it all came down at once, hey?
Mm-hmm.
What other lies is there? There's the Tooth Bunny, the Santa Claus, and Easter Bunny.
That's really it.
The Dirt Man.
Easter Bunny. The what?
The Dirt Man.
What the fuck is that?
That must be unique to your family.
No, that's the Sandman. Puts sleepy dust in your eyes.
Oh,
Call him
right.
the Dirt Man.
Right.
Yeah, my parents never told me that one.
Oh.
Yeah, me neither.
It's funny, Anna, when I found out about the Tooth Fairy first because my dentist let it slip. And then because he was just like, oh, do you want to give this tooth to your, because they pulled the tooth out for something. He's like, well, we'll give it to your parents to make sure that you get your $5. And I was like, what? And that's how I found out. And then, the Easter Bunny, I found out too. And then Santa was, the last one. But I found out with Santa the same way you did. I was looking around in my parents' closet for something because my mom, sent me up there. And I remember, because it was Dogopoly, and it's triggered my brain because I'm sitting in my living room right now, and I see, Dogopoly here. And it's like the dog version of Monopoly. And I found it in my parents' closet. And then I got it for like Christmas from Santa. And I was like, liar! Like,
so on Christmas Day, you figured it out.
yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, I was so, because I was the kid that like loved Santa. Like Santa was my idol. I would always be like, well, what about like my parents used to go to the extent of they used to put like hoof marks on our roof because we had like a 2-story house. Yeah, and in our house,
doing all out.
Like looking out my window, you could see like a roof, and so they'd go out those windows. Like I don't know, I still don't know how they did it. My dad's like, oh, some things I'm never going to tell you. And they used to put, like, hoof marks there and leave, like, droppings in the yard. Like, they went all out.
Just went and found some deer shit somewhere.
Actually, not reality.
Yeah, for Santa Claus, that's kind of what I did. I had a tree house in my backyard. And so I climbed the tree house and looked, and there was no... And by this point, I was probably grade 2 or 3, so I was pretty old to be keeping the lie going.
That's young. That's like, you're like 8 years old at that point.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't remember. I was older than that when I found out.
Yeah, I was like 12.
I was pretty I think 12's a little, I think you're...
Yeah, Adam, that's a little much.
I just used it to my advantage. I'd be like, well, if I don't get that for Christmas, I guess Santa's not real, Mom. That's a little shit.
It's like the time
that really sounds like something you would do.
You're like holding hands with boys and like, you know, kissing boys going on a date and still think Santa's...
I knew he wasn't really real, but I just used it as leverage to get what I wanted.
Right, yeah. So I just went in my treehouse and saw there was nothing on the roof. So I was like, oh, this is a big lie, isn't it?
Well, you thought he landed on your treehouse every time?
No, like I climbed the treehouse and I could see the roof of the house right beside it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this house, he's not getting down that chimney. And I had watched the Santa Claus and saw the chimneys like grow or something. So I was like, hey, maybe...
Yeah.
Maybe the chimney explanation's not a good explanation.
Yeah, but like that Santa Claus Tim Allen movie explained it so well. Like Disney went like, shameless plug, but Disney went like all out for that.
Yeah.
Like that was gold.
Yeah, those are good movies.
Yeah, I like that one.
Like even that's one franchise where like I actually like all three. I mean the first one's classic, but they did a really good job.
I don't think I'd seen the next two.
But good, you should do it next Christmas.
Is the Santa Claus 3 like pretty new, like the last couple years?
It's at least like 5 or 6 years old, I'd say.
Yeah, at least.
But they're good.
Yeah, they're very good.
I like Elf, and then I saw, what did I see just this year? Frank Claus, I think, with oh boy, from Wedding Crashers, like the main character in Wedding Crashers, Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn plays Santa Claus's brother. Frank Claus, and he's just kind of, you know, a jerk about the whole Christmas thing, but then becomes in the Christmas spirit and believes himself, kind of. Story, yeah.
Classic Santa Claus love story.
Yeah.
Classic.
And then Tooth Fairy, I just, I once again went to my grandma's, lost a tooth, and she's like, oh yeah, what does the Tooth Fairy give you these days, like in passing? I was like, yeah, $5, but the Tooth Fairy was actually only giving me $1. I got a loonie, actually, for the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, you little con artist.
Yeah, so then I woke up the next morning with $5 under my pillow, so I was like, nice. Gotcha, Grandma.
Wow.
Just robbing my grandma.
Yeah, parents think the kids are all dumb, but we're just using all that shit to our advantage once we figure it out.
Oh, 100%. Like, if I ever have kids, I'm gonna, like, hoodwink them so bad and just be like, I know what you do. I know you know, and we're gonna use this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that parent.
Yeah, I was pretty, like, self-aware when I was young, and I was, you know, probably I think kids just are a lot smarter than parents kind of give them credit.
Oh, yeah.
I remember turning 5 and was like, okay, I'm a big boy now.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy now.
Mom, no more pull-ups for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even... do you guys remember wearing diapers? I don't remember even wearing diapers.
No.
Don't either.
I don't. I potty trained myself, too. I was a genius.
Do you have like an older brother you were copying or older sister you were copying, or why did you potty train
No,
yourself?
I think I was just tired of shitting myself. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try out this whole toilet thing. So my mom just came in one day and I was just going, and she was like, oh, well, that was easy.
And Santa Claus isn't real. You're 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you potty train yourself, but you wait till 12 to figure out that Santa's not real.
I still wanted to believe, guys, okay?
It was in
Okay,
the same
fair.
week.
Yeah, by the time I potty trained myself, I was really 12 years old. So.
Yeah. Makes a lot more sense.
So you guys
Slow
bummed
learner.
out about the lack of rugby here? That's the only thing. I've kind of fallen into a nice little groove. Been exercising well and making my own meals and stuff, but the only thing that really bugs me that's really getting to me is not getting drunk with my friends there, that once a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
sucks. That Chuggers for Ruggers Facebook group is really keeping me going, though.
Yeah, that's been good.
It's hilarious.
You should do one on there, Anna.
I know. I have a whole plan for it. I just got to get around to it. Maybe today.
JJ, are you in the singles one?
Excuse me?
Are you in like the single ruggers one?
No, I'm in the quarantine chuggers for ruggers or whatever.
Okay, I'll add you into the singles one because it's like hilarious.
But you have to be a
I
single
wanna
rugby
see it.
player?
You're not single, Anna.
Well, it's still fun, though.
Yeah, Anna, get out of here. This is our club for once.
It'd be like maybe Anna Banana is single, but real Anna's not.
Not Anna Banana either.
Have a
Anna Banana.
She wishes, but she's not.
she's still tied down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys played rugby since? Like, I played when I was in high school, and then I played like a year or two for the club after I was out of high school, and then I stopped for 5 years, and now I play again. Do you guys play in high school, or how did you kind of start playing rugby?
I'd never played before, and I was always played ball, and CJ was on my ball team, and she was like, hey, you're athletic, you should try rugby, and I was like, like I kind of always wanted to try it, but I'd never done it, and my dad played when he was young, so I was like, sure, I'll try it, so I like went to my first practice, almost left, but I stuck it out, and then I just fell in love with it, and I stuck around. That was until I was 19.
Oh, so it's actually was it in Kamloops? Are you from Kamloops?
I grew up in Adams Lake. I'm from Chase, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I started when I was 19. I was like, why have I never played rugby? This is my jam, and these are my people. So I just stuck around.
Yeah.
Now we're still.
Once you get it in your blood, like that song that they put up that poem they put up a couple years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Once you do it, and you just fall in love, and you can't leave.
Yeah, and it's hard to get out. I mean, you look at... I'm going to be hard. Like, my body's going to be years too late before I'm out, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to like be carried off in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, it's mostly like the social aspect. It's just so much fucking fun.
Yeah, it is. That's true. There's definitely times in like a lot of the politics of the club sometimes like just make me like, there are times it's like that because I mean it's an intense sport and it's hard on your body, and there's like other things that just make me want to be like, fuck this, but then I'm like, but I love my friends, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, if I didn't play rugby, I would have like 2 friends.
Yeah, me too. I was talking to one of my friends about that because she was like talking about all her friends, and I was like, man, like I can't keep track, and she was like, yeah, with you it's either rugby or Kara, like those are my only friends.
Yeah, basically all my friends are just rugby people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and how many people have gotten like jobs through friends on the rugby club or
oh yeah,
there's a bunch of older for the boys team anyway. There's a bunch of the older guys that really look out for the younger guys. I remember Carson was like some of these guys are 18 and stuff. Jose, I mean some of these guys are 18 when they're first starting, right? So when they kind of come to you for advice, especially to the older guys, Greg and stuff, they would give them, as good a girl advice or life advice or work advice as they can. And Carson even phoned up Greg. He's like, hey man, this girl I likes big dogs. Can I borrow your dog? So he's like, yeah, sure. So Carson went and borrowed, because Greg has that massive dog, right?
Norman?
Norman.
Yeah, went and
Oh
borrowed.
God, I hope he bathed him first.
Went and borrowed Norman and took this girl out on a walk because she liked big dogs, I guess.
Until he's like, she's asking him questions. He's like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, his name's Norman.
How old is he?
He's a guy dog. I don't know, like 3, maybe 4, as much as 7. Could be 8, I
Name's
guess.
Norman. He's kind of smelly, but he loves to cuddle, so
Yeah, he's a good boy.
he is a good boy. I love Norman.
Kind of the mascot of the club there, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Other teams
Oh, yeah.
come over and recognize him. Little kids come to the games to pet him, and he gets all the leftover hot dogs and all the little kid pets he can handle on Saturdays.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's a great dog. I fucking love dogs, man.
Me too. Me too. I was talking to like one of my coworkers today, and she was like, "When are you gonna get another dog?" And I'm just like, I want to get another one, but part of me doesn't at the same time. Like, I'm just so tore up about it.
Well, they do tie you down, and you really gotta use a lot of your time towards your dogs. You can't just be like, oh sweet, a dog.
Yo,
I'll
100%.
just leave it inside all the time, like
No, like I
like having a child.
Do you have a dog, Anna?
I have 2 dogs.
2 dogs.
Yeah.
Are they big or small? How come? I don't think have I seen them around at all?
Well, not really. Well, because it was winter time, so.
Oh yeah, one's like a little dog, like a Chihuahua or something, right?
Yeah, well, I had Cusco, and he passed away last year.
Oh, sorry to
and
hear
then
that.
and then I got Sunshine, and she was my dad's dog, but he couldn't take care of her anymore, so I took her. And she only has 3 legs. She's like a border collie mutt cross thing.
With 3 legs.
Yeah,
That's
and then
pretty
she's missing a back leg. She got hit by a semi.
Eesh.
Yeah, and then in the fall, in October, we got Kronk, and he's a little Chihuahua.
Kronk is amazing.
Yeah, he's funny.
Kronk.
Kronkers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have dogs, JJ, or just your kitty?
Just my kitty had a dog, like had a family dog when we were growing up, but by the time I was like 8 or 9 or 10 or something, we had to like give my dog to family members and stuff because we were all playing sports too much, right? Because one brother's in one town for a tournament on one weekend playing hockey, my other brother's in another town, and then I maybe tag along, or maybe I'm playing a tournament that an uncle or a grandparent has to take me to in a third city, so there's just absolutely no time for a dog when you played all the sports. And I was like, as soon as I move out, I'm going to get a dog. And then now, haven't lived with my mom and dad for 10 years kind of thing. Just never really... I don't know. If I get a dog, I'm going to want to give it a lot of attention and teach it a lot of tricks and take it to the park and get it really good. You see those people with Frisbee dogs?
Yeah.
I would do that, right? So unless I'm willing to invest an insane amount of time into the dog, then
yeah, you gotta
that's
give
when
your
I'll get
dogs
one,
lots of time. Yeah. See, I hate the people who are just like, oh, I want a dog, it'll be fun. And then it's like, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
Literally like having a child. You have to take care of it, take it for walks.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you see some of your friends, they're like, oh no, I can't do that really awesome thing because I've left my dog home all day so far. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, I
boy.
definitely feel guilty a lot sometimes when I'm out, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta get home, like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because you're like responsible about it now. Like, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love them so much. They're so cute.
I have a pretty big backyard. I could just leave my dog, alone in my backyard. It's all fenced in and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, Sunshine, I just leave her outside. She has a GPS tracker on her collar.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And we live on a farm, and it hooks up to an app to my phone. So if I get home, I can't find her, which she doesn't go anywhere. She just likes to lay in the sun anyways.
Yeah.
But sometimes I can't find her, so I just look on my GPS tracker. I can find her right away and then go get her.
You live on a farm?
Yeah.
That's like you live on a farm and have 2 dogs. You're like, that's the dream.
Yeah, this quarantine isn't so bad right now. I'm kind of liking it.
I feel like JJ doesn't actually know anything about us. Like,
no, he doesn't.
Just through Snapchat. I know Brittany just because you're actually a pretty good Snapchatter. I'll say that. I go on Snapchat and at least you have
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
no,
you put up stories every day.
I do. I like to give you guys quality content.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I like it. But you don't say any of these deep you never write in there, I'm working for Disney today, or
Yeah.
whatever. And I don't even know, we're Snapchat friends, or do you just not put Snapchat down very much?
We're not Snapchat friends, so we'll have to do that.
Yeah,
And,
what took us so long on that?
I don't know.
I gotta up my Snapchat game a little bit, actually.
Yeah, me too. I don't really do much.
JJ, I can teach you guys lessons. We can have a little, I'll teach you how to do what I do.
Little tutorials.
Yeah.
Here's
How to live your Snapchat influencer life.
So every once in a while I'll take because I go and microwave stuff in my garage after, right?
Yeah.
I am holding my GoPro, and if nobody's around, me looking into the camera and talking to the camera like somebody's there feels so weird to me.
Yeah, that's
What, like you talking to the camera?
Yeah, but nobody's around. Like, I'm just holding the camera
yeah.
out at, like, extended arm, looking into the camera going, hey, guys, tune in next time for whatever. I just feel like such a dork. Or even when I turn everything off and I record like, hey, today's show, I have a couple friends on. It feels so weird not physically talking to a person.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's where Snapchat, it's kind of weird to me because I'm usually just by myself recording the Snapchat, I guess.
Have you been privy to any of the lovely ones of when I've had a little bit too much ganja and start singing Elton John? Because those are my most quality ones.
No, I haven't seen those.
Oh.
Are you sure they are, Brit, or do you just think that?
I mean, I think they're hilarious. I put that Big Mouth filter on and I sing freaking Crocodile Rock. You tell me that's not Snapchat gold.
That does sound pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Exactly.
I can't believe I missed that one.
I'll do it again, guys.
Okay. Yeah, do it tonight.
Yeah, I'll send it private to you two, and then you guys can have your own special content.
Yeah, sounds good.
Snapchat's definitely one of my favorites. Like, I've fallen out of... I don't even do Instagram really anymore or at all.
I was going to say, I don't think I have you on Instagram, AJ.
Yeah, probably because I think I have an account, but as far as because you follow people or your stuff, I don't really know how it works that well. Never really got into... It's just like more Facebook scrolling, for which I'm trying to get... There's like a train going by my house right now. It's shaking my house.
Oh, is that what you're
I was going to say, what's going on?
Yeah. Like
Sometimes big trains go by and it just rocks the house.
I guess you're pretty close to the track.
But, was it Snapchat and Instagram? Yeah, I don't know. Instagram is just scrolling through more stuff like Facebook, which I'm trying to get away from doing anyway. So I need less Instagram in my life. Whereas Snapchat, it's, I don't know, maybe a little more personal. It's actually your friends and stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Facebook person. Like, I really like scrolling through everything, looking at the funny memes and videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, Instagram, I can't get into. I don't know why. It's just boring to me. And then Snapchat, I usually check everyone's stories and look at the weird little news thing. Holy shit, is that train in your living room?
You can hear it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna make for good podcasting, that's for sure.
It's like coming through your house, it sounds like.
It's just one little cup in my cupboard that kind of bashes against the door. There, it's gone.
Well, move it.
I can't just get up and move it, Anna, because you want me to.
Anna's like, get off your ass and move the cup.
Move the goddamn cup, JJ.
It makes the show more real, you know? It has a more real feel when stuff like this happens.
Yeah, the fucking Polar Express is going through my house right now.
Yeah.
Polar Express.
Tom Hanks is going to pop out and give us all COVID.
Yeah, what's the... Oh, shit, I can't even say it. Murder on the Something Express? Yeah, would have been funnier if I knew the name of the movie. Brittany, did you, like, how did you start playing rugby? Because it was only a few years ago I remember you kind of really coming around the rugby club there downtown, I think.
Yeah, one second, just my...
Do you have a train coming through your house too?
No, it's my dryer. I'm washing my clothes and trying to be an adult today. No, so I started playing when I was 13 in high school, and I started playing rugby because I didn't make the soccer team. I was pissed off because I wanted to play soccer, but then Jesse, got me into rugby. And I played all through high school. I played club for 3 years after, or 2 or 3 years after high school, intermittently. And then my boyfriend at the time didn't want me playing anymore because at the time, our coach was fraternizing with the team a little bit, and my boyfriend at the time found out about it, and he pretty much told me to stop going around, and I was young and dumb and said, yeah, okay.
That's dumb.
I know, very dumb. And then Jess actually came to one of my spin classes and was in perfect Jess fashion. She was like, why the fuck did you ever stop playing for us? Because this is, Jess. And
yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know. And so then came to your practice and realized how much I missed all you guys. And yeah, never looked back.
What high school do you go to in Was it in Kamloops?
Yeah, Sahali.
Sahali.
Yeah.
They were pretty...
It's actually really cool.
They were rugby-ish
really cool
school.
Yeah, well, this year I had a team because I was coaching there, and I had a team, and it was literally some of these girls had never touched a rugby ball before, and they were throwing perfect spirals. I was like, I am blessed with an amazing team. This is going to be such a good year. And then freaking COVID happened, and they were all so excited about rugby and learning, and I was getting good numbers at practice. I was so happy, and then shit happened.
Yeah, that sucks. Was it
I know.
the grade 10s or the grade 12s?
There was a bunch of girls. It was super shitty too because there hadn't been a team there since my grad year. So for 10 years, there's been no girls.
Oh, holy shit!
There's been no girls program. So I was bringing it back, and I was like, man, this is kind of nostalgic for me because I was the last team to play here, and I'm coaching. Yeah, went down the drain.
Oh man, we need those girls too in the future.
I know. I was in so many of them. I was oh my gosh, you're actually talented. One of them, she plays football because I guess they have football for girls there. I don't know. I haven't been to school in so long. And she was literally, I was you are a perfect 10. You are absolutely a perfect 10. Our team needs a 10. You need to come play for us. I was just oh my gosh, all of them, every single time I'd be come to practice with us. Our games, it was going to be great because we were going to have 2 home games during their spring break, and so many of them were going to come watch, and I was going to be yes, I'll get them cooked.
Oh, yeah, that would have been awesome.
Nope.
When you said perfect 10, I was ooh, creepy.
Yeah, me too. I was whoa, Brit.
No!
Yeah, Brit, bring the perfect 10s around the club. We need that for sure.
No, JJ. No, as in a number 10, but okay.
Yeah.
Fucking pedo.
You guys are creep.
Yeah, maybe bring more of the 4s and 5s around, actually.
Don't be weird, JJ.
Who am I kidding? I'm not 10 worthy.
Yeah, we gotta match up the men.
JJ,
Most of the men are 4s and 5s, so
that's fair. And you're a 10 in our eyes. Don't worry.
At best, yeah, 4s. Kind of goes by what jersey you wear, kind of,
That means I'm a 7.
Hey, there you go. Nice.
That's not too bad.
Man, that means I'm a 4 or 5.
Yeah. I'm a 3. I'm a solid 3.
Solid 3.
I know I'm a fucking 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anna, you're solid gold.
That breaks the scale. Anna breaks the scale.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, guys.
They're oh, fuck, Anna Young? There we go. We're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then just a little story here to kind of end on, now that we're thinking of rugby. You guys were talking about triple O's the other day.
Yep.
And this is kind of a triple O's rugby little story. When I was in grade 11, my coach took us to Vancouver Island. And as we're leaving Kamloops, the bus stops at the Triple O's so we can get breakfast. And a couple of the, more bold people on the team got some people to distract the counter staff, and they reached back and stole the punch cards. Now, they used to have these punch cards where you buy a burger and you get a stamp, and you buy 8 burgers, you get your 9th free or something. So these kids distracted the employees. Some people reached over, grabbed the stamp and the cards, get back on the bus, and then we go to Vancouver Island. Now, on that bus ride, they had probably 200 or 300 of these cards, and they stamped them till the ink ran dry. So we show up to Vancouver Island, with 5 or 6 free burgers each, and we're going into Triple O's, a whole rugby team just throwing these cards down. Probably cost Triple O's thousands of dollars on this one trip.
Oh my god.
And that's my Triple O's rugby memory that you guys brought up the other day.
Bunch of little shits.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of stupid shit. I mean, we still do, I guess, but now we're just grown-ups and we're allowed to.
Yeah, you're allowed to steal stuff now because you're older.
Well, not steal, but, that same kind
of... That was stealing, JJ.
That same brashness and attitude. Maybe we just don't steal stuff. Maybe we just act like assholes still.
Yeah, being an adult is so great. Like, you can just get whatever the fuck you want whenever you want it.
Yeah.
Like, the other day, we were at the grocery store and there was Twinkies. I've never had a Twinkie before. And I was
How
like...
have you never had a Twinkie?
I know, right? And I was like, Mike, I want those. And he's like, Anna, you don't fucking need those. I was like, fuck you, I'm getting it. So I got a Twinkie. He's like, no, we're not getting Twinkies. I'm getting the Twinkies. So I got them. They're not bad.
Not bad.
Are they
it's not like I would eat them all the time.
I don't even
know if they're like a dollar store cake.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Mike has been with you for so long and doesn't understand that if he says no, like, I've been friends with you for, like, I guess almost 2 years now, and I know that if I don't tell you to do something, you're going to be like, no, I'm going to fucking do it. Like, it's like the opposite.
Yeah, like, I'm going to fucking do it anyways. I'll buy it myself. Fuck you.
I'm that way, too. I hate being told what to do, and if I kind of have an idea and somebody says, no, you shouldn't do that, then it's like, well, fuck that. I didn't even really want to do it, but now that you told me not to.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like when you're going to do something, and then someone asks you to do that thing, and then you're like, fuck you, I'm not doing that now.
Yeah, I do.
Why would you ask me that? I was literally on my way to do it, but now I don't want to just because you told me to.
Yeah. That was like my parents, hassling you. You gotta go do this. Well, I was just about to do that. I probably never was about to do that.
Yeah.
But,
no, like, can you do the dishes? I was literally just going to do them, but now I don't want to.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right there, ladies. Well, thanks for stopping by. That was another good chat. We'll have to get back into it in a week again, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I quite enjoy these little chats.
Me too. I'm missing everyone so much.
I know. I was, like, talking to, you guys know, like, Benny from Merritt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was talking to his girlfriend the other day, just because, like, she liked something on my Instagram or something. We started talking. She was like, she was going to come play for us this half, too. And she was like, I seriously miss just, like, hanging out and drinking with everyone at the clubhouse. I'm like, literally, all I want to do right now is, like, have a Thursday practice and have feed a friend afterwards. Like, what I would do for that right now.
Yeah, where we all cook the meal for the other team, too, and we're all just hanging around, chopping carrots and stuff.
Nice.
Like, it's just, like, we're like family. Like, I just can't.
Yeah, we really are.
And I think I'm just starting to, like, appreciate it so much more. How much I love all you fucks.
Yeah.
Yes, but like, I'm getting older too. I don't have a lot of miles left, so you just got to make the absolute most of it.
Exactly.
And it's kind of being ripped out of our grasp right now.
Fucking Rona.
Fucking Rona.
But I mean.
Oh, word.
Hey, this show's about the positives, right? We're still, if anything, I've played more video games online with friends. I'm doing more FaceTimes with some, older friends. I got some friends from out of town that I'm having phone conversations with that I haven't talked to in a long time, so.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I did that too, so.
Yeah, I FaceTimed one of my friends in California yesterday, and we, like, we talk often, but we haven't seen each other since I lived down there. And so we had like a 2-hour FaceTime chat last night, just like catching up on life. And like, it was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and it's
awesome.
nice because you're like, I know you have nothing else to do, so
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody has the time to actually make those connections, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, so get back out there, talk to your old friends, like your old elementary school best friend, and, you know, it's still sunny, it's still nice out, so
That's true.
keep that going. I'm going to go for a bike ride here, I think.
Yeah, JJ, we gotta go for a bike ride this week.
Yeah. Want to go for one later today?
Well, I'm working later. So.
Oh.
6-foot bike ride, guys.
Yeah.
Social distance bike ride. Anna, come into town for it.
No, I can't. It's too far.
All right, well, on that note, yeah, we'll get the biking going this week sometime.
Bike gang.
And you shouldn't be working on a Sunday, especially Easter Sunday. That's like double God's Day, but, you know, do your own.
Someone's got to do it, okay?
Yeah.
Eat all the chocolate.
Yeah, I will. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, chocolate. I'm going to go check if the Easter Bunny was by.
Yeah, go get those mini eggs.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks a lot, ladies.
All right, see you guys.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Anna and Brittany. Thanks, homies. Up next, I call my movie expert, Connor, for another edition of Connor and JJ's movie review. This week, Connor and I watched Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and Transformers. So without further ado, let's call Connor.
Yo,
Hello, Connor.
how's it going?
What's up, man?
Not much.
You should have played some sort of phony, no sorry, wrong number bit. Or answered it
Maybe
like you're a Chinese food restaurant.
another time.
Yeah, so just finished that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So on the tube today we got Transformers and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, I kind of forgot they were both Shia LaBeouf movies.
Yeah, we really picked quite a guy to go after here.
So he's in both of them. I was actually used to be kind of a Shia LaBeouf fan, I guess.
Yeah, I don't hate him. He's kind of a weirdo, but I mean, that's kind of what happens if you grow up in the Hollywood scene.
Do you remember Even Stevens?
Yep. I didn't watch too much of it, but I think it's all on Disney Plus now if I wanted to get back into it.
Even Stevens? I don't know if I would want to get into it.
Have you ever seen on YouTube actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf?
No.
It's pretty funny, man. I would go give it a watch after this and have a good chuckle.
Maybe I have seen. Maybe you've shown me it before.
I feel like I have. Like I was probably shown it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went off the rocker for a few years thereafter.
Did he actually do anything that was wild or crazy?
Didn't he air all his movies consecutively in a theater and watch them with people?
Like he just rented out a theater? Well, that doesn't seem that crazy.
Weird.
Remember when Britney Spears went crazy and she cut off all her hair?
Yeah.
Or
he had a racist rant. Oof.
Oh, that never looks good.
No.
Even if it's totally, legitimate.
Yeah. Well, let's see. He got arrested. This is from 2017. LaBeouf. Oh, there you go. Shia LaBeouf's most bizarre moments, a timeline.
Was he in anything recently?
Not that I can remember, but I feel like I've seen him in something. He was in that Tank movie, Fury with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that yet.
Ugh, I have to read start a new trial for this article.
Oh, what is it on?
thetelegraph.co.uk.
Oh, screw those. I never sign up for any of those ever.
No.
I hate that. There's one, the Players, something about...
The Tribune or whatever?
No, because I don't think you need a subscription for that.
No, I don't think so either.
But there's another... He usually has good sports stories and stuff, but
Yeah, he wore that bag on his head that said "I'm not famous anymore" to some red carpet event.
Shia LaBeouf did.
Yeah, and then he made that that meme like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything he's been in except now Transformers and this Indiana Jones movie. Okay, yeah, so I'm still digesting this Indiana Jones movie. I had seen the first half of it when it came out. Because what do you know the years on it? What year did it come out?
I think I remember it being like 2007, maybe 2008.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was like middle high school. I was like grade 10, so probably 2008.
Yeah, I think I watched the Indiana Jones movies in anticipation.
Yeah, well, they're really good. Other than this one, like, the first one's a classic. The third one's really good. The second one's, kind of so-so with the racist portrayal of India, and the girl's annoying in that one. However, it's still like a good action movie.
And this girl from this one, I thought I recognized her from other stuff, but she must have just been in the first one or something, right?
Yeah, she's only in the first one.
And at first I thought she looked kind of like... Do you remember the original Lois Lane from those old...
Yeah, I mean, those are bad movies in and of themselves, in my opinion. But I do, yeah, she kind of looks exactly like that woman, but they're not, shockingly.
Those old Superman movies are terrible.
Yeah, just so boring. I mean, for the time, I guess it's exciting, but like Lex Luthor's big plan is a real estate scheme in like 2 movies.
And he flies around the world super
to reverse
quickly
time.
To reverse time.
Right, in the second one, he throws like a cellophane S off his chest and captures General Zod in it to slow him down.
Right. Yeah, where did that power come from?
Well, one of his powers is shooting a smaller Superman out of his hand in the comics at some point, so he can literally do anything.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, those were bad. The flying around the Earth, who said, yeah, let's go with this idea?
Like that would destroy like almost all life on the planet if you reverse the axis of the Earth, or reverse the rotation of the planet.
Like just flood it would kill. Yeah, everything would die. It would flood all the oceans, like screw with the tides. Any sort of city that was near the ocean would just be crushed by these huge waves that he's created.
Yeah, but he saved Lois Lane from a rock slide, so that's okay.
But it went back in time. Why would it go back in time? That's not how time works. You just reverse the Earth. Maybe that is how time works, and they got it right.
That would be spectacular.
Okay, so let's dive right into this Indiana Jones.
Kingdom of the Chrystal Skull.
Yeah, so overall impression, it was pretty cheesy. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't too bad, though, I guess.
I would say it's better than Fantastic Four.
Yeah. The filming of it, they tried to shoot it like the old Indiana Joneses or something.
Kinda. They had that like weird like filter over like the whole movie. Like it was that weird like
40s cinema or 50s cinema.
Yeah,
kind of
50s
thing.
cinema sort of sepia tony vibe.
Which maybe because that's when it's set. I guess it's probably set in the late 50s or something.
Yeah, I mean Indiana Jones itself is an homage to like the serials of the 50s, but you could tell it was the prime of George Lucas green screen era, fresh off the back of the Star Wars prequels, and just people acting on a soundstage in front of a green block. Yeah,
a lot of that. At the very start, there's it's just unlike normally where we bounce all over the place. Let's just start at the start. So opening scene, like car kind of rips by that gopher in the ground.
Oh. Yeah, the groundhogs or whatever look atrocious.
So instantly, it's like, what kind of CGI garbage is this? And in comparison, that Transformers movie we just watched must have come out about the same time.
I think you're right. I think they have actually come out in the same year or a year apart.
Yeah, I figured it'd be about the same. And the friggin' CGI in that Transformers movie is incredibly good.
Yeah, those movies have problems of themselves, but the effects, for the most part, are not, like, skimped. And they look really good still. Whereas,
it looked amazing, whereas instantly, as soon as I saw that little gopher, it was, CGI?
What?
This looks terrible.
Which gopher or groundhog looks better? This one or the one from Caddyshack? That's literally, like, the shittiest looking...
It is hilarious you said that, because I was like, as I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, man, the gopher in Caddyshack looked better than this.
Like, they could have popped that out and it would have held up better now than it does than the CGI gopher.
Yeah, so it's not like it was so long ago that they don't have an excuse, it being 15 years old, 13 years old, or whatever.
No.
It's not like they have an excuse, because that Transformers was wicked good.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's not... I like, for the era, I'm not expecting, the Lion King or the Jungle Book remakes now where, like, it's full CGI and the animals actually look like an animal you'd, like, bump into in the wild.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, yeah, like you said, you have Transformers of the same era and all these other movies that are kind of around the same time that use CGI in a better light.
Yes.
Like, I would say even the Star Wars prequels with, like, Puppet Yoda looks better than that.
Yeah, there's been some very disappointing CGI. Puppet Yoda I always thought looks better anyway than CGI Yoda.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant CGI Yoda, but yeah, I agree.
And then they kind of went back they redid the Yoda. I think you might have told me this. They went back and re-CGI'd Yoda to look like a puppet.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it's just dumb. But yeah, so, like, the car chase kind of thing at the opening,
yeah,
I'd say is, like, one of the probably the weakest opening to any Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Like, the whole opening, like, this, every single one has, like, a big action sequence that opens it.
Yeah.
Like, the first one, you have that, like, awesome, boulder and him taking the idol and, like, throw me the whip. And that whole one, that's the first movie.
Yeah.
And then the second one, he's in that bar in Shanghai, which isn't great, but it's, like, a long extended sequence of, like, a shootout and a musical number and whatever. And then the third one, he's, like, flashback to when he's a kid and he robs that, like...
Shows why he's afraid of snakes.
Yeah, and it shows, like, the whole train sequence, and that's cool. But this one's just, like, a 50s car chase down the road and then a long, drawn-out, boring search through the warehouse of Area 51.
Right, yeah, that all was super boring. And then, is it immediately after that the nuke goes off?
Yeah, so he gets on that rocket sled with that KGB guy.
Yeah.
Which is, like, surprised either of them survived that. And then, then he like, stumbles into, like, Nuketown.
Yeah, just randomly stumbles into that, and then the sirens go off.
Yeah, I also don't understand why, like, U.S. government's, like, running water and has TVs going in this, like, fake town. Like, again, just, like, dumb George Lucas things taking over this universe instead of letting...
I guess Area 51's kind of actually close to where they did the nuclear tests, but yeah, there wouldn't be running water. Maybe, I don't really get that. That whole little town was kind of made up funny.
Yeah.
Like the lawns, all the front lawns were perfectly cut and stuff.
Yeah. And he crawls inside the fridge and gets fucking blasted like 10 kilometers and it walks out unscathed. That would have killed any person.
Yeah. But he's in that nice lead-lined fridge.
Yeah. Which somehow has food in it for fake families.
Yeah, for the realistic effect for the nuclear blast, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Fuck, yeah, that was... Ugh. So already 20 minutes in, you're off to a terrible start.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to teaching and gets fired.
Yeah.
He probably has radiation poisoning, too, for getting out of the fridge immediately after the nuclear blast and standing in the fallout zone.
Well, they scrub him down and he was beeping pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's because that worked for Chernobyl 20 years later, right? Scrubbing down all the people, save them from nuclear disaster.
Are you being like facetious because it didn't? They all died anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little soap and a little brush will really scrub
The radiation out of your
radiation
deep
off
bones.
your skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I don't know. What do you think of Mutt? This is kind of we get introduced to Mutt.
That's Shia LaBeouf's character.
Yeah. He
I don't
takes
know.
you to a classic 1950s diner.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then they start that kind of riot in there. They start that college fight. And
Yeah.
it's greasers versus
Jocks.
versus the football team jocks or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty cheesy. That whole thing's kind of cheesy, but I guess these movies are supposed to be cheesy, aren't they?
Yeah, in a way, but like I don't know. Mutt kind of just sucks as a character.
Yeah.
He's kind of like one extreme or the other. He's not like there's no middle ground with him, and like he's not a tough guy at all. And then okay, so him and Mutt escape the KGB or whatever
Yeah.
through like destroying the town and university, and they instantly go back to his house.
Yeah, would that be the first place the KGB goes?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm sitting there and watching it. I'm like, I don't remember them going back there. I thought they just like left on the train or whatever. But they go back to his house to find everything. Like I feel like the KGB should have just ransacked that instantly, or been back there waiting.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to think okay, so obviously spoiler, turns out to be his kid at the end.
Wasn't that telegraphed the entire movie?
Was Sean Connery, was he Indiana Jones Sr.?
Yeah, so he's in the third one.
Yeah, Frey, it's been a while since I've seen those movies even. I'm pretty sure I watched them in anticipation for when this movie came out. So 2006, 2007, 2008 kind of time. And so I watched those and then, never even... they were good and then never really watched this one even.
Yeah, Sean Connery I thought he was good as Indiana Jones' father.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He always does a good job and stuff. I mean, James Bond is probably his most famous role.
That's a name you don't really hear anymore, hey?
No, well, he's like 90 something, I think.
Yeah, Finding Forrester was really good.
Yeah. He actually, because my grandparents are from Manchester on my dad's side, and so he's from Scotland. And he was, before he was like famous, he was dating one of my grandma's friends who was like her best friend who was a hairdresser. She used to like cut his hair and stuff like that, and they would go out on dates. And she just didn't hitch her horse to that wagon, unfortunately.
And it turned out to be Sean Connery, James Bond himself.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So and I guess they decide to go to Peru, is what they discover, right?
Right, yeah.
And possibly the most baffling choice of this entire movie is the decision to fly Mutt's Harley Davidson motorcycle from New York to Peru. Again, what in the actual fuck? Like, how would you charter a plane like that?
Well, we need to get the Harley in it.
Yeah. Okay, showing up at the airport, we're kind of strapped for time and possibly resources. Mutt, leave your motorcycle. No way, man. He's coming with me to Peru.
And then shows as they bounce around, they change flights how many times.
Yeah, they go from like New York to Havana to Mexico City to Peru. So it's like fucking 4 flights that you're strapping this motorcycle in and out of.
Well, that's flying in the 50s. You don't have to clear customs, I guess. Thanks, 9/11. before 9/11, you
Yeah.
could just bring your motorcycle right on the airplane with you.
Yeah, think about all the people that they inconvenience buying out room for the motorcycle on these flights.
Yeah. Or maybe it was just they threw it into the baggage area.
Yeah, put it right on this X-ray scanner and just let it roll on through.
Yeah, so they get to Peru. They actually find the skull, and they break the box that the Ark of the Covenant is in too in that warehouse chase scene.
Yeah, that was like cool. Like you could tell it was the same warehouse and ever, but
Yeah,
so you said they found the skull, and then I kind of like made lunch during that part there because it's really fucking boring. So and then I came back and they were at the KGB had captured them again.
yeah.
How did that happen?
So they just go down and get the skull, and then when they climb out of the earth, like there's an underground cave or whatever they climb out of, and just when they make it back to the service, they're surrounded by KGBs with guns.
Yeah, classic.
And his buddy keeps double crossing him there, right?
Yeah, Mac was fucking useless, man. Like, why did they even include that character?
Yeah, so he just keeps double crossing him. So Mac kind of led them to him. It seems like every time they're about to get away, Mac pulls the gun on them.
Yeah.
And
I would just say his whole like character arc in that movie is just it goes nowhere. Like he's like friends with Indy, double crosses him,
undouble crosses him.
Undouble crosses with the Russians, double crosses him again, then leaves them at the end to get treasure, and the Indy tries to save him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," and just decides to die. Zero character growth from Mac.
Yeah, he had to make it like 3 feet to get on the first step of his escape.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, I'm just going to die, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like they tried to do like the same thing with like Elsa from the third one, who tries to like reach for the Holy Grail and just can't make it.
Right,
and she falls to her death.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, like not a lot really... All the scenes and all these fight scenes where Indiana Jones like swings around and uses his whip to like fly through the windows, it's just like so... Just felt off and weird and like, what is...
Yeah, I agree. It just doesn't... It didn't feel like the like classic like adventurer Indiana Jones stuff that you're like accustomed to, you know?
Yeah, you could tell they were really... There's somebody backing a truck up in my neighborhood, and it's really...
I was gonna say, what the fuck is that?
You can hear that, eh?
Yeah, I thought it sounds like a smoke alarm. Yeah, there's the DJ's still just going, not as hard recently, but there's like a DJ lives underneath us, and it's gonna kill me one day. Just playing music at all times of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like techno music too, so you could just hear the bass thumping through?
Yeah, it's like it repeats like every 6 minutes.
Is it like that when you're trying to go to bed?
One day he played from 7:15 a.m. to 11:35 p.m. ish. Like all day.
Yikes.
All day. And it was like, I was pretty pissed off that day, just like, because everyone's home in this right now, so it's like fucking, you're a little more respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pause for editing here. I'm gonna go find out what this alarm is.
Okay.
Hey, you still there, homie?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try and edit that out somehow. Okay. Anyway, so back to Indiana Jones. Okay.
Yeah.
So they take the skull and that fire ant scene where they're kind of getting chased with the KGB.
Okay, that whole jungle chase scene is just a fucking shit mess. Like, ugh. Like there's just green screen CGI galore. Like it just looks like the trucks are in the middle of nowhere doing nothing, just bumping along in front of a green screen.
And he's jumping back and forth from the cars, breaking stuff, crashing into stuff. His butt goes right through the windshield on that one.
Yeah, Mutt's straddling two cars, having a sword fight, getting hit in the balls by plants. Like, then Mutt gets thrown from the car and swings through the jungle like Tarzan, and it looks just ugh. It's indescribable how awful it looks.
And then they kind of crash and quicksand.
Yep.
The ants eating the people was pretty cool.
It was a good, like, it was like a cool, yeah, I'll agree. It was a cool little bit. But yeah, it didn't look the greatest.
And then quicksand right away after. And Buddy goes out and finds a giant snake and pulls his mom out using the snake.
Yeah.
And then goes to throw the snake to Indiana Jones, and he's like, nope, not touching the snake. And then he grabs the snake to pull it out, and it instantly goes from real-life-looking snake to...
rubber.
Absolutely terrible rubber, and he just, like, easily pulls him out using the snake.
Yeah.
Probably could have reached his hand out and just pulled him out.
Honestly, they should have just, like, got him to, like, pull down a vine or something, or a branch, and not notice there was a snake on it, and, like, put it out for him.
Yeah.
And then he, like, was like, nope, there's a snake on there. And he throws then they can do the same thing, and just, like, the exact same thing. He's like, there's no snake on there, just grab it.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then they fall over 3 waterfalls after going over a cliff and having a tree stave them into the water.
Because she's like, trust me, and she fucking hammers the gas off that cliff. And as if she knows she's going to gently land in that tree, and the tree's going to gently place her down back in the river on the below the cliff.
Yeah.
They should have died like fiery, bloody, terrible deaths there.
Yeah, I mean, that tree has look pretty incredible CGI, though. Like, just fucking, like, the car, like, hits it and it doesn't even kind of move. I don't know. And then they fall over 3 waterfalls. And Mac betrays them again by dropping a little a tracker.
Yeah.
And then they get to the temple, right?
Yeah. And then they put the skull up to the...
Well, before that, they get chased by, like, native peoples, right?
Oh, yeah, for the second time. It actually happens earlier.
Yeah. But these native peoples come out of the walls, like in Aliens.
Yeah.
So are they just living in there? Like, what are they just they've been, for thousands of years, waiting in these walls. Their daily job is to go to this temple and disguise themselves into the walls of the temple to make sure that just in case someone comes along, they can kill them.
Yeah, they're like monks. They're the protectors of the tombs, I guess. Very
intriguing. This society that seems to be not thriving very well.
And easily defeated.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lady at your house.
Yeah, you can hear that? That's my mom messing around. That's who set off the smoke alarm. So, yeah, interesting times.
Yeah, and then somehow the Russians have made it down all those waterfalls unscathed in a very short amount of time after, like, being stuck on the side of a cliff.
Right.
It's like there's just a massive, like, you just have to jump to, like, oh, they made it there somehow. They have, like, no more trucks and tanks and, like, anything like that. They just made it down 3 waterfalls unscathed, just like Indiana Jones. It's just like this one, like,
towing that one, like, guy that went crazy with them the whole time too.
Yeah, but like in the other movies, though, it's, you know, Indiana Jones, like the Nazis in the first one know where to, like, set up the Ark of the Covenant. They're on the island, so they, like, all go there together. In the Last Crusade, they all go there together with, like, Indiana Jones' help and whatever. So it's just, this doesn't even, like, make sense on how they all get there at the same time. It's just, I don't know. Bad writing.
Yeah, it was just a bad movie, man. I'm even, like, struggling just to figure out where it went wrong, but it was just bad
I just think like the magic just wasn't there. Like it just seems like, you know, they're doing Indiana Jones 5 in a few years here with Harrison Ford again. I just hope it's like somewhat better than this.
They're
like,
actually doing it. I don't know if I even like Harrison Ford that much.
He seems pretty grumpy old Gramps now, but I like prime Harrison Ford's good.
Yeah, he seems very. That's what I mean now. He seems very grumpy old.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
But yeah, then they get into the aliens lair, I guess, tomb.
Yeah, and this is where it actually is. This is kind of cool. This part, I guess.
But like, they're not aliens; they're interdimensional beings, quote unquote.
Yeah, exactly. They live in the space between dimensions or something.
Yeah, it just feels very George Lucas heavy. You know, like he just decided that this was his idea now, and he wanted to run with it. I don't think Spielberg would have done Aliens because every single other movie has some like weird pseudo-religious artifact that has maybe magical powers, maybe doesn't.
Yeah.
And this is straight up like, it's fucking aliens, bro. Like,
yeah,
ancient alien shit.
I don't know. Yeah, it was bad. And I was thinking, it kind of made me think of Close Encounters and how maybe that's a movie we watch because then you actually kind of expect it. But this one, Chrystal Skull, and I don't know, man. It was kind of it kind of forced it in there, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. The Russian girl getting like vaporized by knowledge was interesting.
Right? Yeah. The whole temple collapse where they barely make it out and Buddy dies. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's all in there.
So what these skulls just had to wait for the last skull to be given back for that thing to be complete for them all to leave? Because all the skulls are like one part of the being, and once all 10 skulls are back together, then the being is whole and can finally fly his spaceship away?
Mm-hmm. Seems like it.
Maybe I just didn't get it. Maybe I just didn't really... Never really
I don't think there's
clicked
much
that
to
I
get. I
got
think
it.
it was like poorly written. Like there's like certain aspects of this movie that feel like they've just been ripped from another movie that's done it better. You know?
Yeah.
Like the whole like greedy guy and treasure thing is from The Mummy, for sure.
Yeah, and then they finally get married at the end. The whole him and the girl dynamic was kind of forced and stupid too.
Well, you have to like believe that they like were still like together after World War II or whatever, after the first movie.
Yeah.
But he basically cucks his friend. Right? Like like Ox has pretty much been married to Marion and raises her son, and then Indiana Jones floats in there to save the day and cucks him. And he's at their wedding.
Yeah. Raised his son for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was bad. That whole movie was just shitty.
Yeah, I am glad I never probably will watch that again.
Yeah, watched it. I'm hopefully never gonna watch that again. And then I don't know. You had any other points there? Let's just dive right into Transformers.
No, just please Disney make Indiana Jones 5 like somewhat more watchable than that.
Yeah, Transformers was pretty good.
Yeah, I still liked it. There were certain parts of it that I'm still like, I could do without that. But on the whole, this one is like probably the best one of all of them because they get progressively worse for a long time. Then Bumblebee kind of like pulls it back out.
Yeah,
it made no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What are some like highlights from you from this movie? Like, what are the good parts that stick out?
I thought Shia LaBeouf was awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I thought the dad was great.
Yeah, the dad was great. He was just fit the role perfectly, and the mom too. But yeah, the dad fit the role perfectly.
When he comes by, he's like, "Oh man, get me a Porsche? No way!" And he's like, "Yeah, in your fucking dreams, kid."
You got to get you a Porsche for your first car? Come on.
Yeah, the CGI, like we talked about before, it's like spectacular. The robots look so good.
Yeah,
transforming.
Robots look great. I remember I used to complain that the screen was too shaky, and now watching it again, I didn't find that too bad.
No, there are some shaky cam bits though. Like a lot of the military stuff is pretty shaky cam.
Yeah.
It's often like hard to see like the full robots fighting at times because they'll like be like ground level looking up at them.
But it was good. They zoom in on like Optimus Prime's face, and just the way he's talking and the way they talk, and even their face looks good. The whole CGI looks great. And then I even put my because my TV, I don't have like surround sound speakers, so I actually plugged my headphones in and listened to it with my nice headphones on, and it sounds wicked. Sounds like, remember dubstep?
Yeah.
Kind of has that dubstep robot-y feel, right?
A little bit. I think I felt like the opening bass attack was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it made sense for the robots to like try to hack into the military system.
Yeah.
To get information on what they're looking for, and then that highway scene after they kind of leave the Hoover Dam. I know you're a big dam fan.
Yeah.
That was when like the one truck like sideswipes through that bus and blows it up, and then Optimus Prime fights him, and that was a really good scene.
And the guy's like roller skating down the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Megan Fox too. Whatever happened to Megan Fox? She kind of did the Ninja Turtles, and other than that, like she was supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah, I think she pissed off a lot of like directors and stuff. From what it sounds like.
Yeah, must have, because she was the next big thing for sure, and she was good. She was wicked
hot.
in it.
Yeah. I like Josh Duhamel.
Who's that?
Like the main military guy.
Right, he used to be in that casino movie, Las Vegas, or the TV show.
Yeah, it was a TV show. Yeah, it was a TV show. I liked Megatron. I thought they did a pretty good job. He doesn't transform into a gun, really, but that's a dumb power to transform into anyways.
Does he transform into anything other than just himself?
He transforms into a spaceship, and he kind of transforms into a cannon. But in like the show Transformers, as I remember, his power is to transform into a gun and let someone else shoot him as the main bad guy.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that at all. I remember Beasties.
Beasties, yeah.
And he was the T-Rex.
Was he even Megatron? But yeah, he was a T-Rex in that one.
Wasn't he Megatron? Did they call him something else?
I feel like they're not the same Transformers. I think it's like a different set. Beasties.
No, because it's Optimus Prime is the big...
Beast Wars.
Yeah, Beasties and Beast Wars. For some reason, sometimes they called it Beasties and sometimes they called it Beast Wars. So I wonder if it was just marketing different in Canada and USA.
Yeah, it was. Beasties Transformers in Canada. Let me see here.
And yeah, Optimus Prime was the
Maximals and Autobots.
Right.
The Predacons is what they were called. Is the Decepticons.
Right.
I always love that they were like, what is the leader of the Predacon team is Megatron.
Yeah.
A namesake of the original Decepticon Commander. And the other one's Optimus Primal.
Oh, or Optimus Primate or something. Optimus Primal. Oh, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But it gets twisted later. Like, they leave that Beasties or Beast Wars planet and they go down like a Transformers weird loophole in that TV show.
You probably remember it more than I do because I was only like 4 or 5 and this show was like in its prime. I just remember like having the toys. There was a secondary Transformers that came out when I was a little older. That was pretty cool, but they were still like cars and shit. I was like, well. I just never get how in these movies people are like, the Decepticons. We never knew they were evil. Their fucking name is Deception.
The Decepticons, yeah.
And they have a mean robot face.
Yeah. I thought Optimus Prime was wicked. Whoever does the voice for him was awesome.
I think that's the same guy that does the cartoon voice.
Yeah, super awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I would give this movie like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 for like an enjoyable time.
Yeah, it was good. The robot fights were good. Like the characters were awesome, and just the CGI and sound was awesome.
The Linkin Park music
at the end, yeah, that was awesome.
That was a big song back then.
What I've done, was it that song?
Yeah. So some negative things for me are like, I fucking hate Michael Bay's sparkler explosions. They look so bad.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh, it's in every single movie Transformers or Michael Bay does. And I also like his humor is just so shit. Like when the robot like pisses on that one agent.
Yeah.
It's like, who's laughing at that unless you're 5?
Yeah.
And he is like those like the like racist caricatures of the robots get progressively worse through the movies, and the like racist jokes in the second one for the robots are like extremely bad.
Yeah, I don't remember why. Is there like an Asian robot that's good at math or something?
I think that's close to like the 5th one, but then the second one they have those like two, they're like twin robots or something. They're kind of like smart cars or whatever.
Yeah,
and they're like very much a stereotype of like a black person from the hood, and they just put down bad quote unquote jokes for them to say, and it just
this one had a robot that kind of was a black guy.
Yeah, Jazz, but it's like, why would you like just think the whole way they portray it doesn't really like work. I don't think it worked back then either.
How come none of the robots are female robots?
That's a good question.
What's up with that?
Because girls don't play with Transformers, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, this was like the little sneaky robot that's on Air Force One.
Yeah.
How does nobody fucking see that thing?
Yeah, and then so he's on Air Force One, and that little robot just like FBI agents come at that little robot, and he's like kills them all instantly.
Yeah, the Secret Service is not getting paid very well for George Bush, apparently.
And then they end up beating that little robot like a couple times, no problem, later.
Yeah.
Comes at him with the sawzall and like cuts him apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so powerful, and then it gets worked over by like little punks later.
Yeah. I felt the NSA hacker team with like the super hot blonde chick and her 3 nerdy friends, and then Anthony Anderson was like, they're not in anything else. This is just the only one-shot appearance for them.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that hot Australian girl.
There's just some, I don't know, there's certain plot lines that don't go anywhere, like that one. You could kind of take that whole plot line out of the movie with them.
Yeah. And
it wouldn't really have made a big difference in the pacing, and it would have just given you more time to see the robots and like Shia LaBeouf's character develop and whatever. I think that's kind of a little bit where the movie slows down and doesn't work.
Yeah, they don't do anything cool at the end or anything really that I can think of.
No. They basically use a radio to like warn the public, I guess. I don't know what the fuck happens there.
Right, they like plug the computer into the radio and then they like Morse code out.
Yeah, to like fighter jets and stuff, so they can get like an F-16 strike.
Yeah, talking about fighter jets, Starscream is pretty badass.
Yeah, he's more of a coward though. Like in every single movie, he just escapes at the end.
Yeah,
but that was also in the cartoon too. He'd always fly off. He's a cowardly robot.
Yeah, but wicked jet still.
Yeah, I think that's why, always as a kid and even as an adult, why do the Autobots, and maybe you can explain this to me, pick shitty things to be?
Like a big stupid semi-truck?
Yeah, like semi-truck, pretty powerful, but not compared to a fucking tank or an F-16 or a stealth bomber or a spaceship. Like,
yeah, they're a Volkswagen Beetle. And, and an old beat up Camaro.
And it's just like, even if you're a car and you're trying to disguise yourself, be something that's useful, that has some power behind it. Like, yeah, you can transform into the fucking robot that has the equal capacities of something else, and some cars can drive really fast.
Yeah.
But don't pick a Chevy Soul or a Pontiac Solstice. Pick like a Ferrari.
It was pretty whorish with
the product placement.
Yeah, because not only what else was there for product placement? I actually have notes here somewhere about some product placement things.
I found this one's not as bad as the subsequent sequels.
Yeah.
I would say the first Age of Extinction is the first one with Mark Wahlberg is probably the worst for it. And it's like so bad and blatant, and the movie's so long. But like, I'm kind of okay with them like product placing the cars in a sense, because that's kind of what that's half of the thing, is like it can transform into a cool car.
Yeah.
So I get that. Some of the lingering shots of like basically it's a car commercial aren't bad. Like when they're driving down the highway and there's like 6 shots of the Camaro glistening in the sunshine, and it's like the Chevy logo and it's making the noises.
It's all
like,
Chevy and GM and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there was Xbox 360.
Right.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
A big one.
Yeah.
Panasonic. That one was bad. So it was pretty, it's quote unquote subtle. But you know when the like hot Australian chick like steals the like signal?
Yeah.
When she like pops in that little flash, not even a flash drive, I don't know what you would call it, like a memory stick.
Yeah.
And it shows them putting it in, and she pulls it out and she kind of flips it up, and it's like Panasonic 2 gig. And they do it again, the exact same shot, basically in reverse, when she puts it into the computer.
Right.
It's like, that was bad.
And the little radio was Panasonic, I think.
Yeah, the Washington Redskins, big sponsors of the movie there. Clinton Portis jersey.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even really notice that. I just thought that was kind of because Clinton Portis was sweet.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. But I'm sure they gained some jersey sales from that. Or some other ones that you kind of noticed.
The product placements?
Oh, Burger King.
Yeah,
like
do they do it just
chicks.
are they all for money? Like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, 100%. It's all for like helping fund the movie, and like you put your products in there and you get some sort of like kickback to it.
And they pay them enough for?
Yeah, like some of these things are like millions of dollars in revenue and advertising for these companies.
Right.
Especially in a kids movie, right? Like Emma and I have like a jar of movies that we've been just kind of pulling out of randomly.
Yeah.
And recently one of her choices was Spy Kids 1 and Spy Kids 2 to watch.
Yeah.
Boy, if we're talking about bad green screen, holy fuck, man.
I don't even think I've seen those movies, man.
Well, you know what? You're probably just a little too old for it, but they were like pretty good back when I was, I don't know, 7, 8-ish.
Yeah.
And then we just watched them again, and the green screen is like just makes me sick to my stomach.
Was that Frankie Muniz? Was he in that?
No, it's Agent Cody Banks.
Agent Cody Banks.
SFU. Yeah.
I went to school with the kid that was Agent Cody Banks's body double or stunt double in that movie.
Oh yeah? Who was it?
His name's Darren.
I don't know if I know him.
I think we're still Facebook friends. You know what? Maybe I'll phone him up. Maybe he can be on the show and tell us about how he was that guy's. Because I don't think he was ever in any other movies or anything.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, they filmed a lot of it in Vancouver, if not all of it.
Yeah, so he must have just had the casting director know his agent, and he looked enough like him from behind or something.
Yeah, like my dad was in a bunch of movies and stuff too. He's like did a bunch of photo double stuff for a while there.
Does he do that anymore?
He did a little bit on Jurassic World recently, but not in a while. The main guy he was doing it for was Steven Seagal. He was Steven Seagal's photo double for a while, and Steven's kind of hiding out in Russia, avoiding the Me Too movement and some other legal troubles.
Oh, right. Because your dad's also like 6'6" and a similar build or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
Steven
much.
Seagal, he's quite the character.
The guy's a real piece of shit.
What?
To be honest.
Don't say that he'll come for you, man.
I am not afraid of Steven Seagal, trust me.
Really? Doesn't he know like all the martial arts?
He knows Aikido, first of all. And that guy's too lazy to even fucking walk 40 meters up a hill to the set. He's not coming 3 stories up into my building. We're trying to break down a glass door.
Do you remember when he had his own Cops like show where he was going around?
Yes. So, my dad was working with him during that time.
Yeah.
And Steven would be like, "Yeah, I'm just going down to New Orleans to bust some perps or serve justice." And there's one episode, maybe the first episode, right, where he's like teaching that guy how to shoot. I don't know if you've ever seen the show.
I don't know if I've watched, like, not at the start to end, but I've watched a couple episodes probably in the middle.
Yeah, so he's at the end of one episode, it's probably the first one, he's trying to teach this guy how to shoot, because Steven's a weapon expert, man. He knows all his shit.
Yeah.
Like, he'll fucking kill you. Anyway, so he's teach this guy to shoot, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna shoot that head off that match over there." And they show it. And they cut it together so it looks like he's using a pistol from really far away to shoot. And really what he's doing is he's about 15 centimeters away from this fucking match rig that they have set up, and he's just shooting clips at it until he hits it.
But they just take they just take the one shot where he actually hits it?
Yeah. And the guy he's trying to teach how to shoot is the police sharpshooter. So it makes him look like he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, that's hilarious. But that's kind of classic Hollywood, isn't it?
It is. I mean, like Gene Simmons' Family Jewels is like a lot of the same stuff from the same time. It's like scripted shit.
All those things are all scripted anyway. I love Cops.
I don't know if I've ever watched a whole Cops episode.
Really? Like they're still on TV, and when I used to have cable, I used to PVR. It was Conan O'Brien, Pardon the Interruption, and Cops were the only shows I would actually have PVR'd. And so I'd go in and have 15 Cops episodes like ready to watch.
Why are you so sweaty? Watching Cops.
Yeah, somebody on the rugby team made a post like people were kind of posting to motivate each other about working out.
Yeah.
And then somebody posts them all sweaty, and then somebody comments, "Oh man, just finished watching Cops," or something. And I didn't know for the longest time what that even meant until I watched Step Brothers.
That movie's so good.
Why are y'all sweaty? I was watching Cops. Did you touch my drum set? Dude, I watched that recently. That's a really good movie.
Oh, yes, we watched it too. It's so funny. His house is a prison on planet bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers, all in all, good time. Would recommend. Wouldn't recommend Indiana Jones 4.
Yeah, especially for all the flack that Transformers has gotten. I thought we were diving into 2 bad movies here, but Transformers is actually really good.
You know, when 2 out of your 6 movies that you've produced and put out for Transformers are good, you deserve 4 movies of flack and hatred. Like, have you ever seen Transformers 2, 3, 4, 5?
I have seen them. Now, whether I can recall their plots and stuff, no, not really. I remember the Mark Wahlberg one was one of them. Shia LaBeouf was in another one where he had...
He's in 2 more, and Mark Wahlberg's in 2.
Oh, and one of them was like was it the same hot Australian girl? Or wasn't there like a hot foreign girl in another one of them?
There was the third one. Megan Fox doesn't come back, and there's like an even better looking Australian girl who's his new girlfriend.
Right, so they just replace them, and then the second one, Megan Fox comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell she kind of goes the plastic surgery route, which I would be so hard not to do if you were a Hollywood young, good-looking girl. You got to keep making that paycheck off your looks or whatever. But as soon as you can tell you're doing that upper lip plastic thing that happens.
Yeah, like the collagen injections and stuff.
Or whatever, I think it just looks terrible, and you can tell right away,
Yeah, especially when you're that young. It's like you don't really need it to be honest.
Yeah, whereas, Jennifer Aniston's probably had some definite work done, but you can't really tell. They don't just blow her lips up to look funny like that.
No, not at all. But yeah, if you want to watch some really bad movies, watch Transformers, Age of Extinction, The Last Night, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Which are the last two with Mark Wahlberg. They're fucking atrocious. They're long, and they're just filled with product placement, and they don't make any sense, and everyone should die every single time they get like caught by an Autobot and flipped through the air.
Yeah, it's not the best, that's for sure.
No.
And then, we still got time here. You want to talk about that NFL top 100, team of the decade?
Team. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I had a quick look
I'm gonna open
through.
up the all-decade team. Hang on.
You're gonna pull it up?
Yeah, just so I don't leave anyone out. I'm like, I would say the list is like pretty good.
Right, has Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers as the quarterbacks, which I guess you get two quarterbacks on your All-Star team.
Yeah.
I'll Drew Brees. I like Drew Brees more than Aaron Rodgers. Is Aaron Rodgers that good, or is it just because I hate him that I don't like him and I'm blind to the fact he's that good?
So I read an article on. So Tom Brady was a unanimous vote on this team.
Who votes on this?
A bunch of football writers.
Oh, okay.
In sports. So the unanimous players are Tom Brady, Adrian Peterson, Joe Thomas, he's a left tackle.
Yeah.
Never missed a snap in his career. Played like 10,000 straight snaps.
It's not that left tackle crazy. For the Cowboys. That's amazing. That was unanimous, or are you getting to him?
Joe Thomas played for the Browns.
Right.
Tyron Smith for the Cowboys made it too.
Yeah, Tyron Smith. That's who I'm thinking.
Yeah, guard Marshall Yonda for the Ravens.
Okay.
J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, Von Miller were the unanimous one. Oh, and Justin Tucker, the kicker,
right,
for the Ravens.
Okay.
All unanimous selections.
Right.
Yeah, we have Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Frank Gore, Marshawn Lynch, LaShawn McCoy, Adrian Peterson. I think they got all the receivers right.
Except where's Randy Moss?
He retired in 2013, and he was a nobody this decade, man.
So you don't get those 3 years that you're saying he was a nobody didn't count?
Yeah, 100%.
What was that year like he was super unreal with the Patriots?
2007. I think he was on the all 2000s decade team.
Okay.
So this is from 2010 to 2020 or 2019.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
So
I thought Randy Moss was still recent enough to be on there.
Nah, he kind of tapered off by like 2010. So we have like AB, Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, and Julio Jones. I think like as much as you had AJ Green and like Des Bryant in this decade that were good.
Yeah.
I don't think either of those guys are better than these ones that have been named.
Yeah, Johnson for Detroit. He was just absolutely wicked good.
Yeah, like dunking on three guys at once.
Definitely Antonio Brown. He was the best wide receiver for, quite a few years there.
I think in the next decade, you'll probably get Michael Thomas on there from the Saints.
Adam
He's
Thielen?
really good. Yeah, maybe.
Like, he's been good the last couple years. I'm surprised they left him off.
But again, 2 years of production versus almost a whole decade of production for every single one of these guys is tough.
Right. Can you say? Okay, so who is it? Antonio Brown.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah, Larry Fitzgerald. I like Larry Fitzgerald, but I don't know.
He's got like so many catches. He's had like 300 reception seasons this decade at least.
And he's super likable, so I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Who are the running backs?
Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
LaShawn McCoy and Adrian Peterson. I would say that's probably the best 4 of the decade.
Frank Gore?
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell, if he wasn't hurt or suspended so much, he might have been able to make it, I think.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other wicked good. CJ2K?
Nah, not enough. His 2,000-yard season was like almost
all
10
he
years
did,
ago.
really. Yeah.
Darren Sproles made it as the flex and one of the returners.
Yeah. He's had a good wicked last 10 years.
Yeah, I would say he was fine enough. Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelce are the tight ends.
Right. Is there other tight ends we could think of? Like, what about
Jimmy Graham was a possible one at the start of the decade. Hey?
Yeah, he's good. He was even pretty good for the Seahawks for a bit.
Yeah. The snub list I read yesterday had Jason Witten as number 10, but I just don't think his production could match those guys, you know?
Jason Witten, Schmation Schmidtman is what I've been saying for quite a few years.
Like, Antonio Gates could have maybe been there if he had, sustained a little longer into the decade.
I think Antonio Gates would have been a good choice, actually.
I feel like his prime years were in the early 2000s to mid 2000s though.
Okay, and then who was the guy that was really fast for the Niners?
George Kittle?
No.
Oh, Vernon Davis.
Yes, Vernon Davis.
Yeah. I could see that, yeah. You could have maybe, but these two guys, it's like if you have 2 spots, these are clearly the 2 best guys of the decade.
Gronkowski, no do to boot it.
Hey, stop that.
Was your cat licking her wounds?
No, he was clawing the carpet in my bedroom.
Oh yeah. How big? Your cat's getting pretty big now, or what?
Yeah, he's coming up on 7 months old. He's a fair size. I don't know how much more he's going to grow. He's still pretty small.
Is he still a rascal? Still a kitten being a jerk?
Yep. All the time. Packs your feet. Climbs the screens on the windows for some reason.
Yeah.
No, he just slid into the wall.
That's awesome. Cats are good.
I think the O-line's pretty good. There's a couple people that you could make an argument for.
Yeah.
I think out of tackles, we have Jason Peters, Tyron Smith, and Joe Thomas are all locks. I don't think Joe Staley should get on there from the 49ers. I think Andrew Whitworth had a better decade than Joe Staley. To be honest.
Yeah.
I know that,
who was that Patriots really good tackle? He might have been too long ago.
Yeah. Matt Light? I don't know. We have one Patriots lineman, Logan Mankins.
Right.
He plays guard. So Logan Mankins and Jari Evans, Zach Martin and Marshall Yonda make the guard spots.
Right.
And Alex Mack and Marquise Pouncey from the Steelers made the centers. So that's the offense. I think the only person out of there that, again, I have problem with is Whitworth. And then Drew Brees, I think you could probably put on over Aaron Rodgers. But he doesn't have a Super Bowl title in the decade.
What about Peyton Manning?
It's close, but Peyton Manning only played 5 years of this decade and missed one of them.
Yeah. And then was actually pretty bad his last couple years.
His last year was bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but I mean, you have Aaron Rodgers, played all 10 years at the peak of his career, has a Super Bowl ring. Drew Brees, you could make that argument. Tom Brady, unfortunately, won 3 more Super Bowls this decade.
You couldn't leave Tom Brady off that list, no matter how much they hate him.
No, you couldn't, unfortunately. But on defense, we have Calais Campbell, Cameron Jordan, Julius Peppers, and J.J. Watt for defensive end. Would you take any of them off there?
No, but it kind of blends defensive end and linebackers sometimes, right? In some of these lists, because
yeah, like there's like a lot of linebacker spots. I feel like I think if anyone got snubbed on defense, it's Terrell Suggs.
What about Ray Lewis?
He retired in 2012.
Oh, that was that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe 2013, yeah.
And then, yeah, Suggs was friggin' good.
Well, he has 2 Super Bowl rings this decade. He just won one on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He has a Defensive Player of the Year. He has the most forced fumbles, and I think like mid-tier. He has like 80-something sacks this decade too.
Yeah. Was Tyreek Hill on those wide receivers, or where was he at? As punt returner or something?
He's a punt returner.
Okay, at least he made it on the list because he's awesome.
Other than, punching women and children.
I'll come out in a minute. Okay. So good. Mom's hassling me about dinner.
Yeah. Mums do that. I'd say the D tackles are all good. I wouldn't switch any of those guys out. Geno Atkins, Fletcher Cox, Aaron Donald, and Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones, linebacker. Luke Kuechly.
Chandler Jones, is he that good even?
He's pretty good, man. Like, he's leading the league in sacks the last few years. And forced fumbles. He plays on the Cardinals, and they suck.
Yeah, they do suck. Cardinals would be a tough team to play for.
Yeah. So, it's Chandler Jones, Khalil Mack, Von Miller are all the linebackers, outside rush guys. And then middle linebackers, Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, and Patrick Willis. All easily the best of middle linebackers of the decade.
Yeah.
Corners.
What about Patrick those Peterson. Other couple middle linebackers? That guy for the Seahawks, Wagner.
He made it.
Good. But those 2 guys also for the Niners. I guess this is too old of guys I'm thinking.
Navarro Bowman.
Yeah, and what was the other guy?
Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Patrick Willis made it.
Oh, Patrick Willis did make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a boss, man. He's sick.
Yeah.
Patrick Peterson, Darrelle Revis, Richard Sherman are the corners.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Safeties are Eric Berry, Earl Thomas, and Eric Weddle.
Of course.
And then the spare DBs, I guess the nickels, would be Chris Harris and Tyrann Mathieu.
No Ed Reed?
He's kind of too old this decade, man.
Yeah, I guess.
His best years are behind him.
Yeah.
And then the kickers and punters and shit are Johnny Hecker, Shane Lechler, Steven Gostowski, Justin Tucker, Tyreek Hill, Sproles are the punt returners.
No Vinatieri?
Nope.
And no, what's our boy with does the punting podcast? Pat McAfee?
Oh, Pat McAfee? No McAfee, unfortunately.
Darn it. See, those guys I would have on, I think.
And then Devin Hester, kick returner, and then biggest head scratcher, Cordero Patterson is the last kick returner.
Oh. Was he that good?
I didn't think so, and I read something where he has the most return yards and then the most average per kick return of the decade or something like that, and the most kick return touchdowns of the decade. So I guess, he'll never make the Hall of Fame because he sucks, but
kick return is kind of on its way out too, I guess.
It is, yeah. With the new rules where you can basically kick it out of the end zone. And then coaches, we have Bill Belichick, no brainer.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll.
Ooh, Pete Carroll. You could do the Ravens guy too.
Yeah. What about him? Who would you rather have? Pete Carroll, John Harbaugh from the Ravens, or Andy Reid from the Chiefs?
Oh, yeah, those are all good choices, hey? Now that Andy Reid has the Super Bowl, you could almost just say Andy Reid, right?
I know. Carroll has 2 Super Bowl appearances in the decade, though.
And he just gets the most out of his players, man. Every year, they're like, the Seahawks are going to suck this year, and Pete Carroll just squeezes every bit of juice out of them.
Yeah, you could say the same for the Ravens, too. Jim Harbaugh, or John Harbaugh, has, his teams, like, no matter what, you're going to have, like, a tough game against Baltimore.
Yeah, and scheme-wise, he's always doing great, like, funny special team schemes and funny, good coaching things where he has the players hold all those guys or cheat this way, cheat that way, and just kind of, Belichick style almost.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say those are the 4 guys for sure that you could throw in there for coaches. And, like, Bill Belichick's a lock, regardless.
Yeah.
And the guy made, like, fucking 8 straight AFC championship games this decade.
It would have been cool to see him and Tom Brady go somewhere together. I remember there was rumors of him and Tom Brady going to the Giants.
Honestly, like, the Patriots would be so fucked without Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and I wonder if Tom Brady wants away from Belichick too.
He does. He definitely does. I read an article where it was just like he wanted some respect and he was not having fun playing for the Patriots anymore.
Yeah, makes sense. And maybe, who knows, maybe the frig, man, we could talk about Tampa Bay into the night here.
The Yuccaneers.
Dude, they're going to be good. They're just going to have like a nice energy around them now this year.
That division's tough, man. I don't know.
Because it's them, the Saints, Carolina, who's kind of getting dumpy.
They'll be a doormat, but the Falcons, they're still looking good.
All
Two
right.
teams. Yeah, the Falcons and the Buccaneers just redid their jerseys.
The Buccaneers have new jerseys?
Yeah, well, they're basically the fucking ones from the 2000s. Remember before they got these shitty ones? They were just like red and like the pewter brown pants or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like white and the same thing. They just got an all black one. The all black ones look pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then
I'll have to check
Falcons
them out.
jerseys,
Oh, yeah, I think I have seen them because they actually have Tom Brady mocked up in them.
Yeah. The Falcons jerseys are fucking awful. They look awful.
Yeah, we'll have to. I remember the Seahawks got new jerseys and they won the Super Bowl like the next year.
Yeah. The third jersey the Falcons have kind of reminds me of the Canucks old one from like the 2000s when they had that kind of red fade on their jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it looks. And they have like ATL on them all the time, on like every single one. They just look bad. Look like something you'd create in like Madden.
They say ATL instead of Atlanta?
Yeah. Give it a Google after this. They just look like trash.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get this all these sports firing up again at some point. Apparently the WWE is still wrestling.
Really?
Kyle was telling me that. I don't know that firsthand or anything, but Kyle was telling me yesterday that WWE is still going. UFC was supposed to still go next weekend, and then they just canceled that yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I saw that because was Disney owns them or something?
And the governor asked Disney. The governor of Nevada went to Disney and said, "Hey, this won't look good" or something. But
yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, Dana White had this stupid plan for Private Island and whatever, but
yeah.
Would it have been awesome to see some live sports and hopefully some knockouts? Yeah, but I think it's the right move for their PR image to kind of shut that down.
Talked about this with Wolfie. Golf, Tiger Woods versus Phil Mickelson. After they tap the ball in, just leave it. Brand new ball every hole so that you're not touching or reaching into the cup at the same time. And just put new ball and then just stay apart from each other. Robotic caddies or drone caddies or something like that. And then just cameramen.
They just carry their own fucking clubs, like,
or just carry your own clubs, whatever.
Yeah, you rent a cart and fucking drive the cart around the hole and have the club strapped to the back. Like,
yeah, who cares?
You've golfed thousands of rounds in your life.
But you could just slap a sponsor on those robots, Sony or Panasonic, and have a robot.
That's true.
RC their bags around.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
Be all right.
And then nobody would be close to each other. They could. I'm making this up. I'm not saying this is happening, but I'm saying it should.
I thought I've seen they're going to play a one-on-one golf thing again this year.
Oh, that would be so awesome, and now would be a good time. They'd make some good money.
Tiger versus Phil, too. Let's see.
Yeah. All right there,
Just
buddy.
go
Well, I'm kind of
first.
starting to get hassled here about dinner time.
All right. Enjoy your dinner with your mom
I will.
and Dylan. I assume he's there too.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good little dinner with, though they're pretty much the only two people I see in person anymore.
Yeah. Oh, what are we picking for next week?
Oh yeah. Let's just go
Jurassic Park.
Let's just go with those two we were talking about earlier.
Because I saw on Netflix that we have Suicide Squad if you want to like really just shit on something bad.
Oh yeah. I don't want to watch Suicide Squad again. All right, dude. Well, I'll let you go here.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh yeah, Die Hard and
Die Hard 3 specifically.
yeah, Die Hard 3 with a Vengeance.
Your
And
favorite.
then yeah. All right.
Jurassic Park. the
Jurassic
original.
Park, which I haven't seen in a long time. I know it's one of your favorites.
Oh, can't wait to watch it again. It's so good.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for stopping
Catch you
by.
later. Bye.
Bye. All right, we're out in my garage. You know what that means? Microwave and stuff. Got a lacrosse ball and some glow sticks. So I have some spent glow sticks, and then I'll break and do some good glow sticks, and we'll try a few out. All right, first up, we'll try some glow sticks. Nice blue one. Actually pretty bright for being stuck in my shop for so long. So this is a spent one. Maybe because of the microwave it'll make it glow again. And here's an unbroken one that isn't spent. So we'll see what the microwave does to those. Well, I think a lot of that fire is actually from some residue from those batteries that are left over. But this blue is definitely pretty bright. I don't know if it's any brighter. As soon as the hot goo touches the pan though, the glowiness goes away. All right, up next, lacrosse ball. Anything happening yet? Yeah. The lacrosse ball's getting real hot, but no bubbles yet or any deformities or anything. Lucy. Forgot my gloves, but a little piece. It's hot, but yeah, almost too hot to hold, but you can actually hold it a little bit. Yeah, just blew a hole right out the side here. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that too much. But that's all that's really happening. Well, maybe I'll microwave it for like an hour or something for next show. Anyway, send me your requests. You want it microwaved, I microwave it. Thanks for watching.